Sometimes a big, fat, gargantuan, ugly, hollow wave of depression just sweeps up and just swallows you for a little bit, And it sucks. It freaking sucks, man. It feels just hollow in here. And like, especially after being on such like a creative flow and then feeling just like kind of dried up in a way. It was like, oh no, what is going on? What is this? But sit with the feelings. Try not to distract yourself from them because they're still going to be there to deal with, even if it's a hollow, empty, nothing feeling. No one wants to feel that. Even the most masochistic. No one wants to be sitting in this crud, dude. But it serves a purpose, believe it or not. I don't always know what it is, but especially not in the moment. But keep going. It's just depressions or just emotions, or seemingly lack thereof. But could be worse, right? Could always be worse. Yeah, just hold the faith, gang. They can't all be zingers. And like, especially like feeling the creative well dried up. I'm like, good, leave me alone for a little bit. Like, leave all the people alone for a little bit. Sometimes it just comes in such a manic, persistent flood, as many of you have seen by now. You just got to get it out. I just got to get it out. Yeah, smoking some cigarettes again. Got to get some more nicotine patches. But, the other day, this is a quick, funny story. I was smoking a cigarette, and I'm usually really good about not littering with all my stuff, but especially cigarette butts. But in my mind, I was just like, oh, I want to see how it makes me feel if I do litter. I do weird things like that sometimes. I want to see how things make you feel. So then you can jot a note down for the next time you are wondering or whatever. But so I finished my cigarette through the butt, and immediately I was like, oh, that don't feel good. And then I swear within 5 seconds I look up, there's a fucking black cat just staring right at me. And I know this cat too. And I went to try to like get it to come over to me. It wasn't having it. But spirit is always watching. I was laughing about, I'm still laughing about that. That was a few nights ago. But yeah, depression, anxiety, all the, good and bad emotions. Sit with them, look at them, feel them, get intimate with your feelings, your emotions. Try to not let them control you. They will take over in these fleeting moments of, depression, whatever you want to call it. Often, so many stages of depression, and it's a spectrum with a lot of things, but often when I find myself in these moments, it's been a lot darker. It's been a lot darker before. But I often find myself, because I'm like, not soaked in tears, crying. Like, I feel like there's a unnecessary association with like depression. Oh, you gotta be crying. It's like, no, like I will ask myself like, crap, am I depressed? Oh, I fucking hate seeing dead animals. That just ruined my walk, dude. Even if it's a raccoon, dead animals make me really sad. It's exactly what a depression walk needed, right? Oh man, nature. Life's not a bitch. Life is a beautiful woman. You only call her a bitch because she wouldn't let you get that pussy. Maybe she didn't feel y'all shared any similar interests, so maybe you're just an asshole who couldn't sweet talk the princess. Kiss the speaker wider. Peter pacifism, pagan threshold. Stomach full of halo kibbles. It's The Daylight by Aesop Rock. See, I could have kept going. Just didn't even want to walk by the little guy. But yeah, this is a bad example I just said right there. Like, face your emotions. Yeah, well, I did, and I turned around because I'm still gonna be sitting with those emotions of seeing my homie from the animal kingdom spaced out. He's on Space Mountain, dude. Buried in a vase beneath Space Mountain, cryogenically frozen next to Walt Disney. But I hope everyone is having a nice night. Doing, or wherever you see this, whenever you see this, wherever in the world you might be. Hats off to you. And a big hug and a big thanks. A big warm, sloppy heart hug. She just woke up. Some of those nights just want to lay in bed. But yeah. Don't be afraid of your emotions. Yeah, you don't have to directly face them head on all the time. But, I think it's one reason I like to go for walks a lot, is especially at night. Like, it just helps clear my head. And especially once it gets past midnight, the 3 o'clock time is my favorite time, but especially to be outside, it's because the world is so quiet. The world is so quiet to me. And it just feels a lot more enjoyable. But you can't really have a typical sleep schedule, if you're staying up those hours all the time. I used to, never go to bed before 3 o'clock. Now a lot of times I go to bed earlier and I seem to wake up at 3, 4 a lot. Significant, maybe. Don't drive yourself nuts over it. Yeah, depression, it's part of life's rhythm. It's part of the emotional rhythm, polarity, the dance that we have to face, and we got to tango with it. Don't shy away from it. Try to engage and embrace the full spectrum of emotions throughout life. Because that's where we find ourselves, in the shadows of our shadows. Yeah, I've been making some new friends too online. I'm really bad at reciprocating friendship and engaging in messages. I'm really not. I can be really great at it, and I think that's part of the problem is mindfulness towards not text bombing people, because can be notorious for doing that. But now I'm stuck on the other side of that, where it's like I can't seem to even type out a message to people. The things we can make fucking problems over, right? What is phone anxiety? I think it's an anxiety of success avoidance, because I've done that my whole life, and a lot of things are heating up in certain realms. But if I drop the ball on those, then those fires are going to go back out. And we don't want that to happen. I don't want it to happen for you. You got to keep the momentum going in all areas of life whenever we can get it. And vice versa too. When the momentum dies, the creative flow is not there. You can try to force it, but you will not yield many, if any, results. And if you do, they won't be very good, most likely. So yeah, enjoy these moments to breathe. even if you feel kind of crappy and sad and empty and lonely. There can be a lot of good in that, believe it or not. Again, it's just hard to discern that when you're in the middle of it, when you're experiencing it. But I feel like a lot of my like depressive phases, you know, doing a lot of, it's like a charging up for like writing and stuff. Creative catapult, pulling it back. Bing! So, everything has its purpose. There's a reason for every season. And we can find meaning in all of life's little blessings disguised as lessons. Right? Just keep the faith. Keep some faith, even if you don't know what you got faith in. Keep it.